Hello, y'all. I'm sorry if it's dark and y'all can't really see me. So it's now 5:57 p.m. and I just did a short story called Stimuloso Checkin. It's lame and corny, but some of y'all might like this lame and corny kind of. I'm not that creative, but it was just a little something since we all got our stimulus check earlier this week, and some people haven't gotten theirs. And so, it's just telling a story, not promoting anything um wicked or anything like that. So I just did the story. I don't know, I think it took me like 20 minutes to write the story. And oh yeah, my previous video I accidentally said 2020. It's January 8th, 2021. So here I'm still accidentally, so I gotta not beat myself up about saying 2020 when it's 2021. So all right, here's the short story. So it's now Friday, January 8th, 2021. So okay, so here goes the short story. On Monday morning, January 4th, 2021, Xavier Geralds woke up with an extra $600 in his bank account. He ran around the house singing, "I got my stimulus, I got my stimulus." Then his older brother Norman sighed and said, "Dude, you're the only one stunting over a small stimulus check, bruh. Now how are you excited about this one, but you didn't give the same, you didn't give the $1,200, you didn't give the $1,200 check that same energy. People can't even get their bills paid with this $600. Xavier responded, "Now come on, Norman. I don't care if the stimulus check is $10. The government finally gave us something because you know how they've been teasing us for months. That's why I'm so excited." Norman was like, "Okay, silly Stimuloso. Sad thing is, people still can't even feed their kids." Xavier said, "All right, we're going to see, we're going to see. I ain't got no kids, no way. What you complaining for? And you got 14 kids with 14 different baby mamas, and you've been in and out of jail and ain't never worked a day in your life. Ha ha." So then Norman nearly had an emotional meltdown after Xavier told him this. Norman is one of those guys who freeloads off a random woman, gets them pregnant, and then runs off. He's also a drug dealer and alcoholic. He doesn't even try to get a job, but no one will hire him because of his criminal history. He's lucky that his younger brother took him in. Otherwise, he'd be on the streets homeless. Xavier, on the other hand, prefers flexibility, so he works temp service jobs and has a couple of side hustles such as Uber and Uber Eats. Excuse me. And he also cuts grass. He also donates sperm and plasma. So, all right, Stimuloso, let's see how long that $600 lasts you. I'm not even eligible for any stimulus checks, so I'd appreciate it if you stopped trying to rub it in my face, Norman said. Xavier said, "Okay, so I guess my new nickname is Stimuloso now, 'cause that's what you keep calling me. It's not even a big deal. You're unnecessarily creating an argument when there should be none. Are you that jealous? Let's split the $600 and see who spends it faster. Deal? Because I know what you're going to spend it on. I ain't even tripping." Norman didn't even respond. He got really quiet. Then he shook his head. Then he said, "Keep your lousy $600. And then broke down crying and then walked out of the door, sobbing, and took a long walk elsewhere and didn't come back for days. Xavier chuckled and said, "That's what I thought." And then he invited some friends over for a spontaneous stimulus party, and then they turned it into a potluck. Besides bills and important things, Xavier and his friends took turns showing off the products that they bought, then streamed the event live on Instagram. The end. Again, the short story is called Stimuloso Checkin. So, if you like this story, you don't have to donate anything, but it would be nice if you donated, no obligation, but thank you. Even you don't even have to donate, just simply, just listening to my story, my little short story that I made, it means a lot, and that's just enough support. And so I still have not heard anything from the cell phone job. I don't know. I'm trying to give it another day, um, waiting for them to call me back. And so, but it was a little difficult trying to think of something just as I go along with the short stories. But I guess it turned out to be two main characters and then some little friends afterwards with the party and stuff. I just thought about so because I wanted to do just any like just a random a random story about a stimulus check, and I don't think it was the most creative, but y'all might say that I'm not giving myself enough credit, that it might be more creative, you know, than I thought it was, or it might not be lame and corny to y'all, but I tried what I could. But a lot of people who are narcissistic abusers are overly critical, and they're the ones who's negative and overly critical, and expect perfection. And I still know I need more improvement in my writing, but I just still would rather write things my way rather than being that perfect professional writer, because I'm not looking for professionalism or careerism anymore like I used to. So I'm just, being myself and being comfortable with being myself and just freely expressing myself. But I guess I kind of was a little nervous because I haven't written in a while. But I was a little nervous when I kept saying then this, then that, and then they said I kept on saying and then. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I feel kind of a little excited and motivated to want to do another short story. Um, so I want to keep writing more and keep going. And so I know they're gonna have the perps and gang stalking perps and narcissistic abusers and haters who are they're gonna want to have something to say and try to be overly critical and abusive and negative and stuff like that. The very same negative that you want to call me. So I feel inspired and motivated more. Um, you know, it's more like a story of somebody who's a failure and jealous and then try to tear you down, and then somebody, when you clap back at, showing them that you're not the loser that they try to make you out to be. So that was all I was, I mean, that short story didn't really have profanity in it. So, like some of the other short stories, but I'm trying to clean up, you know, trying to be cleaner, with everything. And but at the same time, with the big fiction book, is gonna have even. I mean, it may mention certain sins, but does not promote. Not in a way that promoting, but it's just saying that certain events or certain stuff that was said that happened in the fiction book, but people would take it as if I'm encouraging and promoting sin and evil, which I'm not. I'm just, I mean, if you read the whole thing after I'm done, it will basically talk about, um, all the bad things and evil things that people did in the Timberwood cult that they've been brainwashed to do evil things, and then they've been brainwashed to do evil things, and then after that, um, after they were brainwashed to do evil, then you, you know that's when they later on realized that they start changing their lives for Jesus Christ and start to live better and stuff. But of course, in the sinful lifestyle, and they have all the bad things going on and happening. And then, once they find Jesus Christ, they will still experience more persecution and abuse. But at the same time, they're trying to be more righteous and stuff like that. So, and then hopefully help me telling this fiction story will help other people be liberated from cults, mind control, certain abuses, and everything like that. And I decided to switch back the names of certain characters in the Timberwood fiction cult um, books or whatever, because I try to be unique and different. Like with the names, I use an app called Name Tricks, Nametrix, and I use that to get like baby names and use those for characters and stuff like that. Some names I come up on my own, and also so if you ever hear about, if you have an Android app, and say if you're pregnant and expecting a baby, or if you want to name your little pet a certain name, you can use Nametrix or any other baby names app or something like that. But I don't have any kids or pets of my own, but I did have a couple of pets before. I never owned my own dog, but twice in my life I've had a cat, and I wish that cat that I had, the first one before Hurricane Katrina, I wonder what would have happened if she was a mean cat that did not like me. So, but I still love cats. So, um, I have been thinking about writing. For many years, I have been thinking about writing short stories, and I know my mindset is different from other writers and people. I don't have your traditional way of thinking, because you won't catch me doing dark horror, sci-fi, and fantasy or anything like that. Me just doing my own little different, fiction stories are different from those, and try in certain, like certain, um, as I said, relate to kind of what I'm dealing with, and then fictionalize stories of certain other people suffering kind of the same thing, like whether it might be homelessness, foster care, cult, mind control, narcissistic abuse, gang stalking, target individuals, all that, Well, shucks. And I probably could do try to be positive and happy. And I wrote a couple of short stories like, the birthday twins daycation, and, it had a little bit of arguing and fussing, but it turned out to be like a good little contest. And even this was like an attempted bet or a contest, like, yeah, let's see who split the $600 and let's see who spent it up faster. But, the idea of having to deal with jealous perps and stuff like that, who just really hating on you when they got things worse going on in their life. While they try to set you up and try to destroy you and try to tear you down. So, I don't know. I feel it's only 6:11 p.m. and I had a lunch, late breakfast and late lunch. Well, I don't know why my right arm is itchy. And I feel like tiny little baby bumps or something. Not quite really, but like maybe it might be from that. Because I was able to buy more Kirk soap, and that's the stuff that's not as natural as. I think the first one had like 3 or 4 simple ingredients, but now they changed the ingredients to like sodium gluconate and some other like not natural. But I love the Kirk's natural coconut oil, so I just missed the original formula, the original one. Um, so Um, but yeah, I lately for the past couple of weeks been going to bed in between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. and then wake up at around 10 or 10:30 and then eat breakfast super late at 11, then eat lunch at 3:30 and then dinner at like 8:30 and then go to bed later on. I kind of don't like that schedule. I mean, my preferred schedule is to wake up at before 9 a.m. anytime like between 6 and 9 a.m. anytime between there, maybe like 7 or 8, and then eat breakfast. And then, since I don't have a job, me trying to go on about my life, me not having a life, when I have my own place and not on the streets, I'll probably do some Illuminati research or natural health targeted individual, Christian, whatever, natural health survival research, and then Bible study, try to pray and stuff like that. And when I have my own place, I would probably cook around 10:30 in the 10:30 or 11 in the morning, like cook lunch, and then sometimes the same thing will be for dinner. So if I have chicken, mashed potatoes, and broccoli for lunch, and then it's going to be for dinner, and I'll probably have some granola cereal with some fruit for breakfast and some yogurt or something. Well, I mean, I might just have some granola and eat it dry, and then have some yogurt or have granola and milk, and then some fruit for breakfast, and then have like some mixed vegetables or salad and mashed potatoes and or spaghetti and meat sauce or something like that. Um, or me trying to be different and creative and have like some ground bison meatloaf with barbecue sauce on it and some quinoa and mixed vegetables or some, or maybe even some uh, uh make me a seafood casserole with pasta and cheese and vegetables or something like that. Or I might just have this morning I had simple two peanut butter sandwiches and some coconut water for breakfast. And then I had a super late lunch, and I had some for lunch I had rice, lentils, and this kind of raspberry flavored beef jerky. It was really good too, because I usually don't like raspberry, but that special kind of spice. I mean, it's like it didn't really taste that hot or spicy, but that beef jerky and raspberry stuff, it tasted really good. Let me show y'all. I'm so sorry. It seems like it's dark in here, but this is it right here. I got it from fake Walmart. This is the back, um, right here. So when I was living in Los Angeles and living in Greenville, South Carolina, and I had my place, I would wake up about 8 o'clock in the morning, cook and eat breakfast, maybe have some farina or oatmeal, and then go and get on my computer and research and read things or watch YouTube videos. And I would also, around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, make lunch. Or even if I have food left over, I can just warm it up and then go back to research, reading, or whatever. Maybe take an afternoon walk and then go back to reading, research, or watching YouTube videos, do whatever. And then um, about it used to be 7:30, but because of my acid reflux and GERD and stuff like that, I cut. I try to practice cutting down. I would I try to practice cutting down on eating after like eating at 7:30. So I would eat at 6:30, but then I start to eat at 6 o'clock and train myself to not eat at night. And then I'm eating late at night, like 9, 10, 11. And I think last night I ate at 9, after 9 o'clock or 9:30 last night. Or was it the night before? And I didn't like that at all. But um, so then usually after dinner, then I would go take a shower and do some more reading research on my computer or my phone or whatever. And then I would go to bed, and then, you know, laying there for hours, being sleep deprived, dealing with noise campaign, noise harassment, living in South Carolina, Los Angeles, or New Orleans, or Jefferson, Louisiana, or Gretna, or whatever. You know, be awakened and harassed by neighbors and stuff super early in the morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I had to deal with that, not knowing that I was being gang stalked, or not realizing that that was part of what I was going through. And so then, I mean, I just wish I would have taken more heed a few years ago when I read about noise harassment, noise campaigns. Because when I would research, I would try to research why my body was vibrating, and I didn't understand why. And targeted individuals, cults, and gang stalking kept coming up, and electronic harassment and through technology and all that. And I didn't know that there was a community of people that I could have talked to. But then I was researching narcissistic abuse in 2019, and then that's how I stumbled upon targeted individuals, gang stalking, abuse by proxy, and stuff like that, proxy stalking and all that. So that opened my eyes wider to gang stalking. And guess what? I still have more about gang stalking and targeted individuals that I need to learn and research more. And just like people narcissistic abusers want me to stop researching Illuminati and focus on something else. Like, you want me to focus on earthly and worldly things and not staying vigilant and watchful, and you falsely assume that this is what I be researching all day. And the fake TI perps, that's narcissistic abusers, do the same thing, who try to act like a narcissistic control freak fake friend, say that I need to stay off YouTube and all I do is research targeted individuals and gang stalking and narcissistic abuse all day. Because you don't want me to find out that your ass is a perp too, and find out that you have perp tactics too. I hear sirens. I don't know if y'all hear it. I just heard the sirens. But sound like fire truck sirens. But my chest, I felt a lot of pressure on my chest earlier today, like, and then I finally, after I did that previous video, I finally was able to go to sleep and take a nap. And I don't like deja vu, or don't, I think deja vu is occultic or whatever, or new age. But I think it seemed like as if this dream, the scenery of this dream I had, I dealt with this scenery before in a dream a couple of times before. And in the dream, the biological mom, Frances, was still alive. And the biological mom, Frances, was still alive, but the biological dad, Arthur, was nowhere to be found. And then they had this druggy-looking white lady who was living with the biological mom, Frances, which would never happen in real life. And then my twin sister was in a dream, and in a dream she was begging me to tell her the truth about everything, which probably doesn't seem realistic either. I would be surprised if she were to be open-minded and receptive to the truth about, the truth that I've been wanting to tell her. Because a targeted friend I was talking to last night told me about how, he prayed and fasted a lot, and how even his enemies are now asking him to pray for them and stuff like that. And so he said that his enemies are asking him to pray for them. And, sometimes God will use your enemies to bless you and stuff like that. How when I was suspicious about the $200, so it might have been a perp enemy that was blessing me or helping me out, or all the people who, would, pay for my food for me, and I don't know who did it, but thank you anyway. And so I thought it was just fake nice perps, but if they're doing good and helping me eat free, that's great too. So now I have a more changed attitude about, my enemies doing nice things for me. I'm like, well, I thought you hated me and wished me dead, but now my friend, helped me have a better or a different perspective of, how to look at this thing, because I took it to offense when another person told me just take the $33.30. But I'm like, why you use that number? Because I was afraid that they were going to curse me with the money, or if God would punish me for taking that money. But come to find out, I heard that basically just use it up as fast as you can and don't hold on to it. So, I guess I need to be more thankful of even my enemies doing nice things for me and stuff. Because they had a perp lady who drove by with one headlight, and she drove by around 3 times, and then she gave me $10 or something like that, and then make me feel kind of confused when they do that, But now I'm having a better outlook and a different perspective, and so right now it seems like I still feel like scared of sitting down and talking with my twin sister. But I want to be ready, but I don't know if she's ready to receive all the truth and be receptive to it. The stuff that I've been trying to tell her, especially the idea and the fact that we've been so much at war with each other and not getting along. But I know that, I know in the dream it seemed like as if, the dream didn't last 2 hours, but in the dream it was supposed to be portrayed as if it took me 2 hours to tell her the truth. But nah, I would have to sit down for days, and it would, in our case, it had to be over the phone, and me have to sit down for days just telling her the truth and her being receptive to it. But she protects the fake IDMR cult, and I know she's probably, scared of them, and scared of what they might do, and scared of persecution, and scared of all kinds of stuff, But I feel really sad that we have to go through this, and I'm just kind of scared to do it at the moment and still need some cooling off. But I would love to reconcile and wish I could, and not just with her, but if the whole family can just come together. But I think there is some hope for her. But certain family members, like Ramona and Yvonne and all them, my biological sister Ramona, my older sister Yvonne, just, stubborn and, that reprobate and just stubborn and will not change their ways, But who am I to say that? I'm not authorized to say that, but I just know their personality. Or they might pretend like they sympathize or pretend like they're sorrowful, and then, all it takes is for them 1 minute to get mad at you, and then they go back and start perping you again, or, go back to their old dirty ways, or sometimes be 10 times worse than what they were, And then, it seemed like as I said, the narcissistic abuse and gang stalking and everything goes hand in hand. And some people believe that there is no hope for a narcissistic abuser, but they reverse it on you, a religious narcissist like Miss Lisa Ruby and Tracy Broadhurst, actually told me there's no hope in heaven for you. And nearly succeeded at having me turn away from the Bible, and they turned out to be wolves in sheep's clothing, and they got me good because they led me on to think that they're legit and helped me get on the right path spiritually and stuff like that. And then kind of find out they failed me and turned out to be wolves in sheep's clothing. And I needed to more so learn how to trust in God more than man, or else I'll be cursed. So I think being damned is worse than being cursed, but I guess they're the same. But I think being damned is like really worse, way worse than being cursed. But I know the Bible scriptures talking about redeeming the time because the days are evil. So I'm trying to have the same mindset that I had about Christianity in the Bible shortly before being demolished and devoured and abused and battered by Lisa Ruby and Tracy Broadhurst. And they really are some wicked shepherds. So I remember how strong of a Christian I was. I was praying for hours, even trying some fasting and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't think my faith in Jesus Christ is totally dead. But, it got shot down big time. And it's taken me a few years, and now I'm still trying to pick up the pieces of the puzzle and put it back together. I'm shot down and trying to get elevated, spiritually, as in trying to get closer to God and trying to change my ways and trying to clean up my act. And, me trying to better myself and trying to live for the Lord and stuff. But the fake IDMR cult, there was a person, let me tell you something. I think I told y'all about it, but oh yeah, I think I did. But I'm gonna read it to y'all again in case I didn't. Yeah, I think I did tell y'all. Hold up. Yeah, the person said, "Who's this?" Oh, So, yeah, the person said, "May Yahweh Elohim bless you, lion demon, but you're gonna need it. Yahshua hears you." Well, so I should have taken that. I should have never taken that other video down. But I'm feeling disappointed and upset. Well, trying to not emotionally beat myself up about it, because that guy, I mean, I don't, he did seem like he was sincerely interested in, knowing more about the fake IDMR cult. And because he never really responded back to me when I was trying to more so confirm if he still wanted me to go back to go get my that video. I mean, it seemed like, I think he, after that one conversation, he cut off all contact with me, because more like, I didn't much know the rituals that the higher ups in the cult do, but all I can speak on is my personal experience. I mean, they taught a bunch of lies, and they taught us a bunch of lies and swear that they're the only truth. And the foster mom, I said, was her own cult leader. Her own household was a cult. And I found out that okay, the idea, some people say foster care alone is human trafficking and slavery. So let me see if I still have it. No, I deleted it. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted it. Well, let me look on. I think I might have it. Hold up. Be patient for a couple of seconds. Yeah, I have it. So, New Orleans WWL TV said, they have a video saying forcing, coercing, or prodding people to work or serve. That's human trafficking, FBI agent says. WWL TV has a YouTube video about that. So, FBI supervising agent Jennifer Terry said human trafficking can be actual manual labor, like the foster mom did to us, commercial sex work, or other forms of modern slavery. So that's why, with foster care, I felt like I was born into punishment. Excuse me. Felt like I was born into punishment and, singled out and hated by society, singled out from and hated by society. And I wonder, what did I do to deserve this? That seemed like I was born into punishment and born in, like, detention and dealing with this foster family. Everything I do or say is wrong. And then, me being put in a targeting program and then still controlled and abused and used as a cleanup slave even after I turned 18, the foster mom taking all my money and everything. I wonder, what did I do to deserve this such punishment? And then punished and hated by society. I can't even go, me staying here, I can't even go take out the trash without some perp being parked there. Even last night, I went to take out the trash, and they had this perp lady, looked like she was on drugs. And the moment I walked kind of close to near the truck that she got dropped off at, they wait till I walk a certain distance close to the vehicle, then they pull off. So, like, they have all these unauthorized people who I know they don't stay here, and they come. I know that they don't stay here, and they come and get dropped off. Some homeless looking people who are dirty as hell. And then it seemed like I'm not, even if I did do spy and snitch, they wouldn't listen to me anyway, or they wouldn't do anything about the problem anyway. But I'm wondering how the hell, and some other people I see, like, people who stay here and they look homeless. They look like they're street homeless and they're dirty. And I'm wondering, well, how the hell are you dirty and you look homeless, but you're able to afford to stay here, like, for all day, every day for months. But if they have a bath or a shower, they live here, or they're staying with people or if they're temporarily perping along with people who do stay here. I just see some weird activity here, but that narcissistic dyke Mary at the Super 6 motel, she tried to say, well, if you don't feel safe here, then why you stay here? It's not just about here. It's all the gang stalking. And she knew damn well she was a perp, a Masonic perp. She was in on and part of the gang stalking. And she was caught, I caught her in a bunch of freaking lies, just lies. Lying and saying that guy stayed in room 233. The guy didn't live there at all. The guy who nearly hit me with his red truck. And you don't stay there, and I paid for that hotel room. Even if I had help, I was legally allowed to stay at that hotel room. None of the rules say you couldn't film people or whatever, but that guy was not a resident here. There at the Super 6 motel. So now all the strange activity that I see on this premises right here to prevent me from getting wrongfully and unjustly banned from here because of people who done some perp things, I have to lay low or not be filming so much, or lay low about the weird stuff that, the weird activity that they do, because Stars 15K, Shits Yuck 10K, just like she arrogantly bragged and boasted about getting me banned from hotel rooms, She arrogantly bragged and boasted about getting my first PsychWorld YouTube channel taken down. And who, show of hands, or any of y'all remember me from my first channel simply called PsychWorld in 2019. And then, the other channel is on life support. I don't know when it'll be off suspension or off strike, but it's on life support. And, I need that channel. Because it's linked to my gang stalking ebook or books, It's linked to that. So I would hate for people to pay for my ebook or my book and then go click on certain links and then the links aren't there because the whole channel is gone. And then they done wasted their money. That is not fair. So, that channel is on life support. The perps and the fake TI perps, they all do the same thing. The fake TI perps, as I said before, they pretend that they're it's like they pretend that they're targeted and pretend like they're more heavily targeted than a real TI and over-exaggerate it and pretend they're the ones who over-exaggerate, have the fake, over-exaggerated, fake just acting, but fake paranoia. And then they're the ones who gaslight the real TI's experience and then call you crazy and tell you you need to be locked up in a mental institution. But they have their over-exaggerated fake paranoia about, it's like as if they're mocking and making fun of us real targeted people and then steal our true narratives about our true stories and our true situations that we're suffering through. But I knew I was going to be targeted even more heavily, and I should have never taken that video down, but I'm going to go and find it. But I didn't have all that much to say about the cult itself, except other than the foster mom's abuse intertwined with the cult. But the foster mom turned everybody against us and, had everybody hating us. When I say us, I'm talking about me and my twin sister, because they didn't even have much of a bad opinion about the foster sister Joni, because she was genetically related to the foster mom. It was mainly just us, me and my twin sister, to be hated. And then they brainwash and manipulate, not the cult, but the foster mom and the foster family brainwash me and my twin sister from little. I mean, if we were fussing and arguing and fighting, and then school made it worse, and then we were fussing and arguing and fighting from as early as I can remember, 4 years old, arguing and fussing over and fighting over pairs of socks and clothes, because the foster mom would buy us the same outfits but different colors. Like, I'm wearing this teal colored dress, but I also bought a black one. So if I preferred the teal one and my twin sister preferred the black one, she would try to take the teal one, or I'd try to take the black one. We didn't know any better. We were too little. But the foster mom never parented us. She didn't parent. She had 3 nearly grown kids of her own already, and she did not parent us properly. And then added to that those psychiatric medications. So I had to realize, even before realizing I was targeted, I'm sitting there reading about psychiatric medications and neurotoxins and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, so I'm not that crazy after all. If certain chemicals like the mercury fillings in your mouth and chemtrails, fluoride in the water, certain foods and stuff make you irritated and agitated and act crazy and not get along, and also psych medications, all that. So how is it the foster mom falsely accused me of child abuse for feeding the foster sister Joni's daughter a small piece of Hershey candy? I think it was Hershey candy, and she was 2 years old, and the foster mom tried to bully, harass, and lecture me about sugar when nobody can tell her stop smoking. But it was not child abuse for you to have us on psych medications and then have us in a cult, and you being a high level witch and just brainwashing us and using us as cleanup slaves. How was that not child abuse? And certain moments she would have no reason to block us from going to certain events or parties, dances, or whatever. And it's like if she would have no reason to punish us, but punish us out of fear of what she thinks we're going to do. If she punished us from a school dance, because she's like, no, because y'all going to make a fool out of yourselves and argue and fuss and fight anyway. And so we will be forced to miss out on that, dance or whatever. But she never trained us how to get along. Never taught us. It's like she would just punish us for arguing and fussing and fighting and think that's supposed to solve the problem, but never coached us or gave us strategies or whatever. And neither did the psychiatrist, because the psychiatrist would manipulate and encourage the division between me and my twin sister as well, and everybody else around us, manipulate and even sometimes create and cause division by making false rumors, lying and saying I did this and did that or whatever. It's just a big mess and like very embarrassing. I've been trying to get it to my twin sister and other family members for years that we've been brainwashed and duped. And the biological sister Ramona, who's selfish and abusive herself, she hates we're forbidden or not allowed to even talk about our foster care abuse experiences. But you would think that a loving sister would, console us and give us a hug and say, I love you and I'm there for you. So like in the dream that I had about me getting the truth to my twin sister, and shortly before I woke up out of the dream, I hugged my twin sister and I gave her the biggest hug. And I said, Brandy, you know what? I love you so much. And then, I woke up. So, and it was like just about 3:00 in the afternoon. So, so I remember, I don't remember what targeted individual told me this. And I don't remember if it was on the phone or via text message or who it was, or if it was on Twitter. I don't know. It wasn't Facebook or maybe a YouTube comment, but somewhere. But last year, somebody told me that the perps keep us Christian TIs sleep deprived so that we couldn't dream dreams, and so we couldn't have dreams and visions and stuff like that, or prophetic dreams and visions. And, they do have some targeted individuals who feel like as if they're God's chosen people. But then they perverted it and had that fake 144,000 cult, which is full of nothing but satanic fake TI perps who are New Agers. And that's another like dangerous cult. The fake TI perps who claim to be RH negative and claim royalty bloodline and stuff like, and they want to feel special. And then when you're a really targeted individual, well, I must be telling some truth because they're trying to hurt my heart again. When you really I know I'm telling the truth, but why they wait till I'm speaking the truth to try to start causing pain in my heart with the energy weapons? So now see, stuff like this would cause me to be distracted and off track. And bouncing around from story to story and can't stay on topic and getting distracted. So yeah, I think it's feeling a little better now, but they've been trying to attack me, and so me trying to get the truth out, even if it's using fiction as a vehicle and an example of what's truly going on with certain things, but the idea of, they'll try to say we're paranoid, schizophrenic, we're out of touch with reality, that we think that people are following us and that we took our medication. Yeah, if we took our medication, we'd be dead, mentally and spiritually dead, and not alert and vigilant of what's going on, and which is the opposite of what the Bible says. That if y'all read 1 Peter 5 and 8, and I think 9 also, but yeah, 1 Peter 5 and 8, and so that's all I talked way longer than I intended to on this video because I just wanted to get the book out. I'm sorry, that little short story out. I just wanted to get the short story out and then talk a little bit about talk a little bit about the dream, and talking about my little schedule, how I like my daily schedule. But before I leave, I wanted to say that because I gotta use the bathroom really bad. But before I leave, I wanted to say that I wanted to say before I leave, get off this video, I want to say that me staying here, it doesn't look like a hotel because it's extended stay, and it's considered a discounted hotel, and you have to clean up your own mess and stuff. But for some odd reason, this feels like an efficiency apartment except with no kitchen. It seems like an efficiency apartment with no kitchen. That's what it reminds me of. And so, me, for the past couple of weeks, I've had my occasional moments, and I'm like jokingly feeling sorry and pity for myself, not seriously, but jokingly, like, poor little me. I really do, miss having my own place, but I'm glad I get more peace and quiet here than when I have my own place, and I'm not locked in a lease. But I do need a permanent solution to, staying in hotels and switching back and forth between hotels and the streets. So I felt kind of a little jokingly sorry for myself because of me talking about me saying, oh, let me go check the mail right quick. Ding, I can't go check the mail because if I go, there's no mailbox for me personally. My mail is at the doggone Waterfront Mission, and I can't go just conveniently on a Sunday afternoon and just go right out the door like I could in an apartment complex if I want to. So that's crazy that I don't know why. It's been a few years since I had my own place, and then a couple of years, because 2018. So the idea, oh, let me go check the mail. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is not an apartment. This is a hotel, even though it don't look like it. So I'm going to go right now, and I'll see y'all. I'm going to try to write another short story. I don't know what title. I'm working on one, but I got to think more about that one. But I'm going to do another one and come do a video on it as well. So, I'm going to see y'all later. All right, bye.